Do yourself a favor and just say yes. It's all he understands.
Yes? Hanging out with Valentine, huh? Good for you. Nikki's good. Ah, you know.
Well, well. Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy? So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story?
We need help, Piper. This man named Kellogg kidnapped my son.
The Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there, but...
Where the Institute actually is.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Kellogg. Huh.
Whatever you're thinking, it doesn't matter. He's dead.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't gonna go quietly the moment I saw him.
So, murderer...
He wasn't gonna talk. Even if I had a way of bringing him in alive.
Gets his brain...
You're talking creep?
Mm-hmm.
Look, there's a place in...
Uh-huh.
If anyone could get it...
I hope you're right, Nick.
Let's see. I guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly.
Right. Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh?
Whether we're riding this crazy...
I have to go to the memory den either.
I'll head there on my own.
All right. See you at the den. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back. A few more steps.
Well, you two are out, and by the way...
Have it your way.
What's that?
Hey, hold up there. First time in Good Neighbor? You can't go walking around without insurance.
You better back off, or you're the one who's gonna need insurance.
Well, hey, all right. We'll just say your insurance is paid up for now, okay?
Whoa, time out. Someone steps through the gate the first time, they're a guest. You lay off that extortion.
Brotherhood of Steel better stay out of Good Neighbor. All I'm saying.
Well, Mr. Valentine. I thought you had forgotten about little old me.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
From our
Amari's
sponsors.
downstairs.
A portion of this broadcast has been brought to you by the Mega Surgery Center. Now featuring
Dr.
Why
Amari?
settle for less
Yes,
than perfection?
I take it this isn't a social call.
Here comes Bing Crosby saying we should
Doctor,
accentuate-
it's time for you to reverse death itself.
What?
I wouldn't have put it quite that way.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that...
I mean, technically, the corpse was defiled already.
This dead brain...
Fine.
Could you say that like Dr. Frankenstein? Ego, fetch me the brain. No?
No, I will not. Now, do you have it?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... That's the hippocamp?
There's...
I'm not surprised.
Uh-huh. Go on, Doctor.
Mr. Val...
Uh-huh.
But that's...
Don't worry about me.
I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank...
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine. Just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
More problems. Seriously?
It's not like anyone has ever... Just let me reload. He'll act as a host.
All right. Let's get started.
Just sit down over there.
Uh-huh.
See you on the other side.
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on. Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Turn down the goddamn radio! I'm trying to sleep!
Remember, you are
Such a
experiencing
dummy
these
back
memories
then.
as Kellogg.
What did I
This
know
may
about
prove
how the world
disorienting
worked?
at first.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but, Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but, she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then.
Now signed on, which means that as of this moment, we are all citizens of the new California Republic. I'm sure that's going to take some getting used to for a lot of us.
What a joke.
Waiting for this day.
What's it mean, Mom? Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days, like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop sending you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio. All useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. You focus on that petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand. That's what happiness felt like.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory. I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one. Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like.
Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think. I
thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town with the world at my feet. Everybody knew I was the one who'd shot Valdez. And I could write my own ticket to any outfit in town. It all worked out pretty damn well. For a while. Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long. I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. I didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really. This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up. The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it. You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute, but I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface, relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement. Suited me just fine. glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of, her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but, still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe. Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long. I don't remember much from that time. It all kinda blends together. It was almost always a bar, though. That's universal. Big heads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it. I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. I never knew. There was always a job for someone like me. The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good.
You keep that synth freak at arm's length, you understand me?
Everyone else may be closed, but Diamond City Surplus is open 24 hours a day.
I'll take a look, sure.
Oh, goody.
Hanging out with Valentine, huh? Good for you. Nikki's good.
Well, well. Nikki Valentine walks into my office for a change.
What can I say, Piper? You, me, and hard luck all seem to run together like acid rain down an old sewer.
You, including your client here in that analogy? So, you two are finally letting me in on this little case of yours. What's the story?
I didn't make it in time. Kellogg was working with the Institute, and he gave them Sean. I've lost him all over again.
The Institute. Oh boy. I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there, but to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
Exactly. But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just...
Kellogg. Huh.
You read my mind. He had to have a way in and out.
Yeah, but we both know...
Because he's dead.
So,
I was so blinded by anger. I just wanted him dead. Now look what I've done.
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains.
You're talking crazy here, Nick. Gotta...
Look, there's a place... If anyone could get...
I don't know, Nick. That seems a little out there.
You're talking to a synth. I am a little out there. Just stay with me on this. Let's see, I guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter to bring to Omari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got no lead.
I'm gonna need a really sharp ice cream scoop.
I'm sure you'll manage.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so... Who's coming with you?
I have to go to the memory den either way, if I'm going to introduce you to Omari. But if you want to head there together, just say so.
Anything else you can tell me about the memory den?
It's in Good Neighbor, a little slice of trouble. The memory den ain't just a fancy name.
Sure.
A lot of people give up, but not us.
Uh-huh. I'll head out with Piper. We'll meet you there, Nick.
Sounds good. You two stay out of trouble. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back.
you